All right, to more news break coming in, this one in relation to what the Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju has now said, hitting out at the lobby at the ecosystem for questioning the banning of the documentary series based on Prime Minister Modi. In fact, the tweet that has been put out by Kiren Rijiju, where he says, and I quote, "This is how they waste the precious time of Honourable Supreme Court, where thousands of common citizens are already waiting and seeking dates for justice." Well, that's the first, in fact, statement that has been put out by Kiren Rijiju, the Union Law Minister, saying that it's wastage of time, nothing else, when it comes to filing of those petitions, multiple petitions in the top court by people who are opposing the banning of the documentary series based on Prime Minister Modi on the 2002 riots. So that's a tweet that has been put out by Law Minister Kiren Rijiju. This, of course, comes after not one but two PILs have been filed in the top court questioning the banning of the documentary based on Prime Minister Modi. We have Sambhav joining us, who tracks the Supreme Court very closely. Sambhav, if you can once again take us through the details of these petitions that have been filed in the top court, not one but two petitions, we understand, questioning the banning of the documentary series on Prime Minister Modi.
So, in the mentioning at the Supreme Court today, one of the justices of India, to which CJI said that we'll list the matter on next Monday, that is release date. Post that, it came to light few others like N. Ram and others like Mahua Moitra and Prashant Bhushan have come up regarding that deletion of the tweet. And so this petition would also be heard with the first...
Yes, Sambhav, just stay with us. Just hold your thoughts for a moment. Let's go across to our Executive Editor for Legal Affairs, Rhythm, also joining us. Rhythm, if you can take us once again through the details of this, the two PILs that have been filed in the top court and, of course, the Law Minister hitting out at this ecosystem which have been propagating the banning of the documentary in the country.
I think the Law Minister's attack this time of journalists and these activists is absolutely accurate. The Law Minister calling a spade, a BBC documentary which shows India in a wrong light, and they are now coming in PILs to the Supreme Court, is a complete waste of the time of the Supreme Court that has to be looking at cases that need justice. So this kind of a political gimmick that is now being done by certain leaders of the TMC, by activists who've always gone against the government, acting with the opposition in cases like Rafale. We often see these names coming up again and again as petitioners, whether in the Rafale case, whether in the Loya case, whether it's trying to get certain judges impeached at certain times. It is always the same lobby that is at the helm of trying to create a global uncertainty when it comes to our judiciary and the way India is perceived. Once again, the same members are a part of this petition that is now being filed in the Supreme Court. Even in the farmers' case, we saw the same such people coming forward and putting out petition after petition in the Supreme Court. When we see this case, it's with absolute certainty that there is a political agenda behind it, and I think the Law Minister is only calling a spade, because the fact of the matter is the judiciary cannot be used for political motives and for trying to send out a message in the international circuit. They also need to understand, even as they're attacking the judiciary, even as they're attacking the government, such kind of messages that are sent forward in an international forum is not correct. Whether a person is in the opposition, whether there is a lobby matter, or whether it's India, when it comes to the international community watching India, everybody needs to stand united, something the Law Minister only keeps reminding them.
All right, thank you for sharing us your perspective with us. So, Rhythm, they're getting us the details of the PIL, and also to tell our viewers, the BBC documentary is blocked from streaming on social media under Section 69A of the Information Technology Act in conjunction with relevant IT rules. So that's the latest coming in. Two PILs that have been filed in the top court. And Kiren Rijiju there hitting out at the lobby, questioning the ecosystem for questioning the banning of the documentary.